It's the Sumo Show, the podcast that discusses everything that's going on in Japanese Grand Sumo. Whether you've been steeped in sumo lore since the Heisei era, like me, Stan, or you're a dedicated fan who wants to get deeper into what's happening on and off the dohyo, like our good friend Troy, or you're brand new to the world of sumo and just want to learn what it's all about. No matter how much you know about the sport, the Sumo Show has something for you. So let's throw some purifying salt into the ring, do a few big Shiko foot stomps, and see what's new on this week's episode of the Sumo Show. So konnichiwa, everyone. Okaeri, welcome back to our co-host Troy.
Hello.
Hello.
And a mighty good Banzuke to you, my friend.
Happy Banzuke.
Happy Banzuke.
Have a happy boring year.
Happy boring year.
Sorry, that's a joke that absolutely no one ever will get. that's a reference to a TV commercial that used to play in the Shizuoka area every New Year's.
I see.
Bowling had a big resurgence in Japan in the 60s and 70s.
Are you saying bowling?
Like a tradition? Yeah, bowling. Like a lot of bowling
pins. Yeah. Okay.
Pool had a big renaissance in the late 80s after Color of Money, Tom Cruise movie came out. But in the 60s or 70s, there was a big bowling renaissance. And so lots of cities all over Japan have bowling alleys. And it somehow became kind of a traditional thing to do, to go bowling right around the New Year.
Oh, I see.
And so I thought I used to see this every year, and I thought everyone is seeing this, but it turns out it was just it was local TV, not national TV.
Right.
The local sponsorship for the Shizuoka bowling community, and they would have this picture of the rising sun with a famous shot of a torii gate over the water, and then you'd hear the sound of a bowling ball rolling down the alley and spinning in best 1980s video overlay would come, and the sound of the ball hitting it, and it's a picture of a guy letting go of a bowling ball, and it would say, happy bowling year.
I see.
Happy bowling year.
Happy bowling year, not happy boring year.
No.
Nice. Well, that's a deep cut. Yeah. Thank you for taking us on that journey. Because, folks, if you didn't know, Stan spent some time
lived over in Japan. But I got to go back. The other really funny one, because this is one I just didn't get for a long time, because every time there was any kind of pool advertisement, and there were a bunch. Like I say, it got hot in the late 80s, right before I got there. There were a lot of pool hall, like arcade pool hall, kind of fancy places you'd go for fun. And half of them were either named or had the tagline of Vincento Dream. And I couldn't figure out what the Vincent Dream. I don't know. And then it didn't even strike me, because then they would all have pictures from the Color of Money poster, and they would play the Clapton song that was from the movie. And it took me the better part of 2 years to realize that Cruz's character in the movie was named Vincent.
Oh.
And I as a English teacher, I learned English teacher with a V in his name. I learned very easily how difficult they find it to pronounce the V, and they usually just turn it to a B. So what they were saying was, you're dreaming of being like Vincent in the Color of Money.
I see.
But it was very clearly Vincento Dream.
Right, and for you, your full name is Stanislav.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, listen, there's been some stuff going on with this.
Oh, yeah. Banzuke. Oh, you know what? Yeah, but we're not here to talk about pool or bowling.
Hey, listen, we could sit and have a conversation, earnest conversation about Japanese obscure, advertisements touting Japanese bowling at its peak.
on a show called the Sumo Show.
On this show called the Sumo Show. So it's just one of the many, many ways we like to keep things a little different for you, friends.
Yeah.
You can trust us, though. We'll get right back to topic at some point, like right now.
Like now, we're going to talk about it's time for the Nagoya Basho.
Yay!
We're starting the second half of sumo for 2026, the midsummer tournament, which is always held in Nagoya in Aichi Prefecture. It's always sweaty and hot and miserable, and some people love it and some people don't. But it's where the big guys go every July.
Right. Yeah. And so let's do that again. I'm trying to make clippable moments for us.
Okay.
So say it's time for the Nagoya Basho Banzuke.
All right. It's time for the Nagoya. Don't I can't deal with that kind of pressure.
I know. But you can. All right, dude.
Look what you did to me.
I know. All right, let's go.
It's time for the. Fuck you, Troy. That's going. There's your clip right there. Fuck you, Troy.
Well, I will clip that too. I will clip that.
Right. Shit. It's time for the Nagoya Basho Banzuke. Oops. Not happy enough? You wanted more? It's time for the Nagoya Basho Banzuke.
Nice. I like it. I didn't the crowd cheering audio that I had actually turned out to be a wrong answer buzzer. So
well, that's not so good. It's time for the Nagoya Basho Banzuke. Hello, Glitchy Bite. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us. Nice. We've done it. We're clippable now.
Ding-a-ding-a.
One thing I want to talk about first before we dive into the meat of the matter. Not that I want to belabor the point or irritate anyone. On the contrary, I want you to plug in deeper. Come to the Facebook group.
Oh,
check out the group. It's facebook.com/group/the Sumo Show, or search for the Sumo Show. You shall find us. You will see our little logo here, and if you see something else, that ain't us. But yeah, join. Stan keeps a regular daily, if not hourly update on things going on in
the
sumo.
tournaments. During the tournaments is daily. It can go a little while between tournaments.
That's right. Yeah, which is understood. I mean, that's to be expected. But you can have conversations. There are questions to be asked. There are shadowy organizations to interrogate.
Oh yeah, so many.
But come and join the fun. It's a great group of people. They love sumo just like you do.
Yes, and particularly during the tournaments, like Troy was saying, I'm there every day, and each day I will post my beginning of the day thoughts on what happened the previous day, and links to where you can watch that day's videos.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. Time-sensitive links that vanish at some point.
Many of them are time-sensitive, but that's NHK's fault.
Yeah, it is their fault, not ours. No. But we try to keep you in the know, and that's a great way to do it.
Indeed.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. We'll see you there, friends.
Please join us.
Yeah, won't you? Shall we?
Let's do it.
Boom, chakalaka.
We are looking at the Banzuke for Nagoya Basho. Once again, we have our two Yokozuna, Hoshoryu and Onosato, both of whom pulled out very early last tournament, and both of whom say they're feeling better and they're planning to be there for all 15 days, or their goal. It's funny that neither one of them is saying that they're planning to win. They're saying they're planning to be there for all 15 days.
Right. So, yeah. Managing expectations in a very broad and surmountable way.
Yes. So Hoshoryu so far has not done any practice bouts outside. Usually he will go to other heias to train with people from other stables. And he hasn't done any of that yet, with only a week to go. So that's a little sus. Word is that he may do that Monday or Tuesday. He may start. But but he's been training hard and just not fighting, which, as we know, is not a good thing.
No,
But
it isn't.
what they do in these last 2 weeks really is try and get their ring sense up and their
Yeah.
Although
Get that.
it was interesting. One of the people that I get a lot of my info from, and is one of the people who posts videos of videos that I watch most of the time, Kintama Yama, um, and he posted one where they uh, with a quote from one of the sumo tabloids talking about Hoshoryu and what kind of training he was doing. And he said, I've never even heard of this kind of training. But it seemed obvious to me in context that he was practicing his tachi-ai, practicing his getting the tachi-ai in first hit. It literally translated as one push training.
Interesting.
And Hoshoryu they were quoted as saying he was doing a lot of that. And he was saying that this is something he was doing a lot when he was building up to make his Yokozuna run, to make sure that he was starting the tournaments with a sharp tachi-ai and getting those wins, which he needed early in the tournament, and which he hasn't been doing so much recently.
I do also want to say that if they didn't spend time between these bashos just going room by room in each of the heias looking for whatever the cursed idol is that someone inadvertently brought with them from some other place so that they can lift this everybody gets injured situation, then they didn't spend their time very well.
Yeah, you know what? I'm telling you, I'll tell you right now, before we get through this, it's looking like we're having a lesser version of last tournament already. There's a bunch of people who don't seem fully fit. Hoshoryu, I mean, who you can't really say, but I'm suspect because he hasn't gone out training.
Yeah.
Onosato has been training, seems to be getting better. That shoulder injury is just a thing that takes a long time to heal, and he's not looking, even in practice, he's not looking dominant, but he's apparently looking healthy, stronger. So we'll see. Hopefully he will also, if we can get 15 days out of both of our Yokozuna, even if they only finish with 10 or 11 wins, which is not considered good for a Yokozuna.
Yeah.
I think that'll be a win because it'll mean they're both on the trend.
Yeah. I mean, so what we can say is that they are not unconscious.
Right. Yeah. They both now are saying the kind of things they're supposed to say, but neither one of them is showing the kind of dominance and readiness to go out and just rule the roost that you want them to. We've got only 2 Ozeki now, because Aonishiki, after having to pull out, Aonishiki was an Ozeki last time, couldn't fight because he was injured, and so that was his second Makekoshi, his second losing record in a row, and so he's been dropped down to Sekewake. We'll talk about him more in a minute, but we've got 2 Ozeki. We've got Kirishima, who was in the mix and technically is on a potential Yokozuna run. Not even technically. The Sumo pundits, the Sumo Association has said, if he does well enough, he can get promoted this tournament to Yokozuna. Now, they haven't defined well enough, but I think we know for sure that it's 13 or more wins and a Yusho and a winning the championship. If he does that, he can be promoted to Yokozuna, which is awesome, and he has been looking really good in training so far.
Nice. Okay, good. That's good to hear.
Kotozakura was Makekoshi last time, and so he is Kadoban, like Aonishiki was last time. He is threatened with Ozeki demotion. If he cannot get 8 wins this time, he also will get demoted out of Ozeki, which would be very, very bad news because you have to have, the rules say you have to have 2 Ozeki.
So what will they do?
Well, what they do is, we've seen this before, and you were a little freaked out by it. One of the Yokozuna is given the rank of Yokozuna Ozeki.
Oh, that's
And
right.
it's not
Yeah.
really a demotion, but it's saying that technically he's fulfilling the Ozeki role.
Right.
So if Kotozakura drops, so here's the weird thing: if Kirishima gets promoted to Yokozuna, and Kotozakura fails to get his Kachikoshi and drops out, we could have 0 Ozeki in September.
That's crazy. Well, so would they stop the presses? I mean, would they just?
No,
I mean,
both Yokozuna would be Yokozuna Ozeki. Or probably Kirishima, since he just got bumped up, they'd say, well, okay, you're Yokozuna, but you're Yokozuna Ozeki. And then whoever is ranked lower of the other two will also fill that role. So there's a bit of weird drama. It seems not so likely that this is going to happen. And Kirishima getting promoted to Yokozuna is not a high likelihood. It's a very real potential, but it's not a high potential. Kotozakura seems pretty likely. He's training and he's looking pretty good. He's looking pretty likely to get his 8 wins. So I think we'll still wind up with 2 Ozeki. But then we go to the Sekiwake. We've got Atami Fuji and Koto Shoho. We've got 4 Sekiwake this time.
Mm-hmm.
Atami Fuji and Koto Shoho are Sekiwake 1, and Wakataka Kage and Aonishiki are Sekiwake 2. That's a rankings chart differential. It's not a real difference. They're all the Sekiwake. But Aonishiki, because he was an Ozeki, this is a special situation where he drops down to Sekiwake, and if he can get 10 wins or more this tournament only, he will immediately get promoted back up to Ozeki and regain his rank. So we're looking for him to try and get 10 wins, and it's still uncertain how healthy he is.
Right.
So we shall see. If he's healthy, that seems like a very, very reasonable expectation, considering how well he was doing. But he's had a couple of months off. He could be a little slow. 10 wins is hard. We'll see. But if he can get 10, he'll be back, and then we could have 3 Ozeki again.
Yeah. Are you feeling like it's going to land in a different direction?
In this case, I really don't know. I don't have a good read on how healthy Aonishiki is. I think it all depends on how good that foot is. If he's back and having taken the time off that he has, I see no reason why he shouldn't. Like he'd won a couple of tournaments in a row, right? He was kicking butt and taking names. I see no reason why he couldn't get back to, if not being exactly there, being close to there. But I don't have the confidence, and none of what he's done so far in training shows me that he's there and showing it to the world. We'll see. Meanwhile, Atami Fuji, after finally getting promoted up to the Sanyaku ranks, had a Kachikoshi and is now up at Sekiwake. And we're hoping that young man from Shizuoka Prefecture, where they have a happy bowling year, we're hoping that he is going to do well up there and not have a recurrence of his hip problems. Koto Shoho miraculously did well last tournament up there, and is he for real? He won a tournament last July. He won the tournament in Nagoya last year. He got a Yusho, which surprised the heck out of everyone. And then he went on to have a mostly mediocre year after that. But the last 2 tournaments, he's looked pretty good. So the question remains, is he for real or is he just peaking in the way that we often talk about Shodai as our example of someone who
Right.
just peaked and reaped a lot of rewards and then got to enjoy them for as long as he could manage to claw and hold on to them.
And then just continue to bob up and down.
Yeah.
Inexplicably.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that so with Kota Shoho, I think he's very similar to Shodai in that his best sumo is up here at this level, and his average sumo is down about where Shodai is. I think that the two of them could bob along in unison.
It's kind of maybe we'll ask him to do some kind of a timeline examination expose. No, but yeah, I'm I don't even know. I mean, like I really thought to myself, I literally caught myself before I said it out loud. Maybe he gets to, maybe he wins. Maybe he does. And I was like, stop it, Hewitt, stop it.
Maybe.
Like,
And then our final Sekiwake is the guy who won the tournament last time.
Mm-hmm.
Wakataka Kage.
Yeah.
Who hurt himself.
Mm-hmm.
And
sorry, Waka, I don't mean to laugh at your pain, but
and then hurt himself again last week. He his last day of practicing was last Wednesday. He hasn't practiced since Wednesday. In fact, Thursday and Friday he went to the hospital. And his coach has said that it will be Monday or Tuesday before he can make they'll have the results back and he can make an announcement about Wakataka Kage's status.
So
that doesn't sound good.
No, that sounds horrible. As a matter of fact, do we have any inkling as to what we're dealing with?
No. I mean, he had a lower leg knee thing which was nagging at him. Exactly what it is this week, no one knows. He didn't come to practice and he went to the hospital for tests.
Gotcha. That seems more than just a pulled something or a contused something. That hoping for the best. Absolutely.
So we will find out on Monday or Tuesday.
Alrighty.
But there we got 4 Sekiwake and it's a lot of question marks hanging in the air. And then at Komusubi, we've got Yoshino Fuji, who's premiering in the Sanyaku, and Oho's back up again. Oho, who keeps coming up to Komusubi and then going 5-10 or 4-11 and dropping down and then coming back up. And every time he gets here, bleh.
Right.
So we shall see. He was Maegashira 3 last time and did pretty well. The weird thing for Oho and for anyone who's in that kind of position is the difference in who you fight every tournament.
Yeah.
Between those ranks is almost no difference. So why does he? It's a mental thing. Like, why does he get up here? He gets into Sanyaku and suddenly he tanks, and then he drops down 3 or 4 levels and he kicks everyone's butt. And it's the same people he's fighting. So hopefully he's getting over that and he'll do well here at this level. One of those guys that everyone predicted for being a strong member of the Sanyaku for a while, and he just has not been able to live up to that. One of the things that we will find when we look at the Fred Pinkerton graph,
which we love, yes,
which we will look at later in the show, is how many Rikishi kept the same rank, like didn't go up or down at all, very often with losing records. And I was really shocked at the number of people who's just stayed in exactly the same spot this tournament. And Takanosho down there at Maegashira 1 West is one of them. Still hanging out there. Did okay. Yeah. Fujinokawa He's up there at Maegashira 1 East.
Yeah.
Gonoyama and Chudanomi are Maegashira 2. And Hirodomi and Hakuno Fuji. Hakuno Fuji fighting back. If he can keep that shoulder from popping out or his knee from turning backwards, he'll be great. There at Maegashira 3, Daisho and Ichi Yamamoto, Maegashira 4, and Ura and Oshoma are Maegashira 5. Ura's in that danger zone. Maybe too high. Maybe just low enough for him to really rock.
Right.
But we love him. We love the Ura.
We do.
Yeah. So again, I mean, so we'll talk about our Fantasy Oyakata picking in that grouping in Maegashira, Upper Maegashira. There's a whole lot of. It's another one question mark. I look at these both the Sanyaku and the Upper Maegashira, and I'm just like, wow, there's a bunch of people who could do great, but no one is showing it to me. No one is showing me that they are it's yet, right? We're going into the last week of training where this is the time to shine. But coming into here, there's none of them that I look at going, oh yeah, he's there and he's hungry. He's going for it. And on the opposite side, there's really not anyone there that I'm the outset of Wakata Kage, who I'm really worried about. There's no one there that's looking like, boy, yeah, that's just trouble for him. So, yeah, I'm going to be looking at the results of training this week pretty hard to try and figure out who I'm going to choose here at this level.
Since,
All right, so now let's look at our Maegashira, our middle Maegashiras. And I suppose I should say, which I haven't already, that what we're looking at here is the Banzuke as it's shown on the Grand Sumo app, which you can get at iOS or Android App Store. This is the official app of the Sumo Association. We're using it without permission.
But you're a proud paid subscriber.
I am a proud paid subscriber. It's a free app. You can get the Banzuke and all the daily results for free. If you pay like I do, you get extra video access. You can watch all videos of matches going back months and years.
Yeah.
So it's really, really worth it to me. And I highly suggest you if you're a sumo fan, just go get it. It's a free app. Grand Sumo. So who we got? We got Shodai, the previously mentioned Shodai, and Fujiseyun at Maegashira 6. Kotoeho, who's Koto Shoho's younger brother. This is only his third tournament in the top division. He really did great last tournament. He was in the hunt for the Yusho for quite a long while. Takayasu, our former Ozeki, who had to pull out last time with a hamstring injury, I believe. He seems to be. Here's someone who does seem to be doing well. He took a bunch of time off. I think he didn't go to Paris for the tour, but he stayed home and rested, and he's been practicing and doing very well in practice. So,
okay, good. Well, also great to see someone took some time and are coming back, better than ever.
He also with the now that Tamawashi, the Iron Man, has dropped out of the top division after doing so terribly last tournament.
Yeah.
Takayasu is now the oldest man in the division.
Yeah, that much to the dismay and heartbreak of sumo fans across the land.
Yeah. The funny thing is he's been in the hunt for the Yusho a bunch in the last year and a half, and he, particularly having dropped this low, he should have a pretty easy week 1, which puts him in a position to maybe make another run at a wild card Yusho. Who knows?
Who knows?
Probably not, but maybe. Wakamoto Haru dropped all the way down to Maegashira 8 next to Roga. and Fuji Ryoga and Tobizaru. Tobizaru, who we were worried was gonna drop out of the division.
Glad he's back. Yeah.
He did well last tournament and popped himself up to Maegashira 9. And Maegashira 10, Asanoyama, who's another guy who's holding the same spot he did, I think, at least for one tournament, maybe 2 tournaments in a row. He's just been sitting there, which never happens unless you're the Yokozuna. And Chiyoshima are Maegashira 10s. So we look here, and I don't know. I think that if they're healthy, Shodai can do well at this level. He usually doesn't, but it's when we bet against him that he does well.
Right.
Like I say, Takayasu, I might go for Takayasu. That seems like just betting on him getting injured, really. Like I'm forcing. If I choose him, that pretty much marks him for injury. I don't think Tobizaru, with everything we've seen, as good as he did last time, he still didn't look like he's ready to pop back up. I think this might be the upper level of where he's fighting at these days. I'd be happy if he proved me wrong, but I don't know. If Asanoyama is healthy, he also could do well. I think that all of his injuries and time away and getting older, he's time to admit that he's missed the boat. The boat has sailed on him, and he's going to be a mid to high level Maegashira for the rest of his career. Much so I wish that was not this case. Anyway, there we go. And
real quick, friends, just as a reminder to chat or in people listening on demand, you will see 2 links in chat. One is for the Google Play link, and the other is the iOS. And for Apple products, and that the Apple Store is in there as well, so you can pick yourself up a subscription to the Grand Sumo app.
Highly recommended. And again, not sponsored.
Not sponsored, but hey, you know what? Tell them we sent you.
That's right. Wakano Show and Mitakeumi, former Ozeki Mitakeumi, are our Maegashira 11s. Asahakuryu and Abi at Maegashira 12. Ishiki Fuji and Takeru Fuji's back. Talk about another guy who came on like gangbusters and then has been right on the injury train off and on for 2.5 years. No, it's back again. And he's never regained, even down in Juryo, he's never got the role. He never got that dominance that he had when that first time he came up. So I don't know what to think about him. He's certainly shown us that he can fight at a top level quality, but he's also shown us that he usually doesn't. So we'll see. I hope he comes in and he's putting it all together, because he was very exciting to watch when he's at his best. Kinbozan and Shishi, two European Rikishi on the same tier there at Maegashira 14. Kinbozan from Kazakhstan and Shishi from Ukraine.
Yeah, I'm still going to be rooting for Shishi, but I will admit that
you're not going to pick him.
Yeah, I'm not going to pick him. I'm not going to pick him. Yeah.
Onokatsu is back up from Juryo. Kazuma is up for the first time. Daiseisan, I think this is his first time.
Yeah, I'm not familiar
with it. Asakodyu holds on by the skin of his teeth in the very last run.
Only barely. That's right.
He does that a lot.
Yeah. That's okay. Well, can we all say just a small prayer of enlightenment and energizing to the flying monkey? Like, he should be higher, I think.
Tobizaru, monkey it up, Tobizaru.
Monkey it up by all the monkey powers. vested in me. I now pronounce you in a
Are
good
the
mood.
monkey powers invested in me? But no.
Yeah. But anyway, no.
Yeah. So that's the Banzuke. That's
That's
where
the
feet
Banzuke.
stand. But on top of that, what we should, I can't remember which button I push here. There we go. Place that. We're going to stand over here. And we're going to move and look at the Fred Pink chart.
Oh, I almost hit the Fantasy Oyakata button.
No, there's nothing to see. There's nothing to see.
Right.
Though, if you want to talk about that, our Fantasy Oyakata game, which will be going again, we've got the form open and ready for you. I don't know if you're going to hit your little display thing, but did you see that I sent you the link, Troy?
Send me the link to what?
In private chat, in our chat.
Oh, here we go. Yes, I am.
Yes, I am.
All right, here we go. Ta-da!
I did not play.
Oh, I was dropping the link first.
Oh, dropping the link. Okay.
Yeah, because then we'll do this. Fantasy Oyakata.
That's right. A Fantasy Oyakata game, a completely free game with 0 prizes other than the good feelings you get for winning and beating your friends.
That's right. Yeah, beating your fellow sumo fans. And, you get your name added to the big ranking a cell of fame on the spreadsheet. And yeah, it's moving, it's emotional, it's poignant, it's humbling.
Yes, everyone picks 5 Rikshi of the categories we were just broadly talking about, and people can pick the same ones. Sometimes I've had situations where someone picked exactly the same ones that I did, except for one, and that was the difference. And whoever winds up with the best record over the course of the 15 days, their team winds up with the best record, will be our champion. We'll say their name on a future episode.
Several.
And that's about as big a prize as they get.
That's right. And $1 million. But hey, the other thing that I'm just gonna say there are some of us in the regular listeners and players and even regular co-hosts that feel like there should be some special dispensation for injury, especially if it goes over 5 people.
No, absolutely not.
Come on.
Absolutely. Look, I was as bit by that last time as anyone.
I know, but you're a tough sumo. You're haggard. You're weathered by the sumo. It made you. It forged you. We're fresh.
Sumo is all about tough love.
That's true. Tough something, anyway. Sorry, friends. I tried.
So here we go. But I mean, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, if one of your wrestlers gets injured and can't fight, then you've only got 4 wrestlers.
That's right. That's just it.
Drop precipitously.
That's why I like to see injury across the board for everyone, so it's a level playing field.
Everyone's hurt.
All righty. So I love this. We are big fans of Fred Pink. Fred, thank you so much for sending this and keeping us apprised of your updates and progress. I love looking at these.
This is great. Me too. I love what you can see by who came up how far and watching it over the course of time.
For us, we're able to, over time, we've kind of been able to identify unhealthy traits for Bashos, unhealthy markers, real steep losses, real steep wins, all that, and what goes on when you look. How chaotic are the lines? Crisscrossing to and fro really shares some information as well. Anyway, we just love it.
So we look here, Hoshoryu and Onosato just go across. The red dotted line means they had a losing record last time. The green line means they had a winning record. And as you can see, mostly greens go up and reds go down.
Yeah.
Mostly.
And some go down.
And yes, the worse your record, the better or worse your record, the better or worse your promotion or demotion. So we'll see here that Kirishima got to go to the head of the Ozeki after being at the bottom of the Ozeki. Aonishiki lost, dropped all the way down to the bottom of the Sekiwake.
Yeah.
But here we see Takayasu, we're talking about him, who only fought 2 matches and then hurt him. So he won both of his matches, but pulled his hamstring on his second win. So I guess he lost his third match and then pulled out. Went 2-2-11, drops all the way down to Maegashira 7 from Komusubi. So that's one of our big declines. But even steeper here is 3 and 4 Asakodyu, who, as we said, hung on by the skin of his teeth down there at 16 West. Big steep ups. I think over here, Fuji Ryoga at his 10 and 5 from the bottom. That's got to be one of our steepest ups, along with Hakuno Fuji.
I was just going to say Hakuno Fuji. That's a nosebleeder.
Yeah. If he's healthy, he's one of those guys. A year and a half ago, we were pegging as one of the new hotnesses. This guy's going to be around here at the top of the Banzuke for years to come. And then his shoulder popped out and wouldn't go back in, or wouldn't stay back in.
Oh, interesting. I'm looking at this. One thing, I guess we do see it every once in a while, but that straight red line.
Yeah,
that's a unique feature. It feels.
We're seeing a lot. Yeah, Asanoyama stayed at Maegashira 10 despite going 7, 5, and 3.
Yeah.
Fujiseiyun stayed at 6 West. Shodai only went down a half a rank. Daisho stayed at Maegashira 4 East. Takanosho stayed at Maegashira 1 West. Fuji Nokawa stayed at Maegashira. There's just a ton of people who had losing records and stayed in place. That's what I was saying before.
We were talking about this.
Really kind of weird.
It is kind of weird. I get why it's important to do it that way, just for continuity and But yeah, that's and I suppose even when you're thinking about it, like preserving where they are for their first face off in their particular rank makes sense. Like, give it another shot. Let's see how you do, and then
and a lot of it has to do with how the other people around them. If you look at the top of the Banzuke, all those reds, they're not very steep reds, but you can't promote them, right? So if you're going to drop Fujinokawa and Takanosho down, who are you going to bump up to replace them? Oho's already leapfrogged them, right? Yoshino Fuji and Oho leapfrogged them to get into the Sanyaku. So the next one is Gonoyama at 8 and 7. You're going to jump him from Maegashira 4 up to Maegashira 1.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how you get the top of the Banzuke looking like what the bottom of the Banzuke looks like right now, where people are shooting up and dropping down because they're promoted well above their ability to perform.
Yeah.
Here we see these little green arrows are the folks who got promoted up from Juryo last time. So it's Daiseisan, Kazuma, Onokatsu, and Takeru Fuji. And we see the ones that went downward: Tokei Hayate, Tamawashi. So here's the good news about Tamawashi. We talked about him. He's we say the Iron Man. He set the record for most tournaments in a row, most matches in a row without ever missing one. And he still hasn't missed one, but he lost a lot. And he's dropped out of the top division. So he was closing in on most tournaments in a row in the top division. And that's over now.
Yeah.
But he's down in Juryo. I think he's Juryo 1 or 2. And we were talking about whether or not he would retire, right? He's 41, going on 42. He's going to be 42 sometime soon. and what's he fighting for? Why does dropping out of the top division? Maybe he'd retire, but he didn't. In fact, he's made a big point of training and talking to the media and saying that he's fighting. He wants to get back up there. So good for him. So expectation is that he's coming into this tournament in Juryo looking to earn a promotion, a re-promotion back up to Makuuchi. And what else we got going on here? Who else? Oshomi and Ryuden. Oh, Ryuden dropped down.
Yeah.
Having just, we look over here, he just came back up. He just came back up, and now he's going back down.
There must be some frustration. I mean, I imagine there is an element of I'm just glad to was able to be there and that kind of thing. But
well,
the hope is to rise up, not
in sumo. Of course, there's only two ranks, so two divisions where you are considered you're getting paid. You are, and that's Judio and Makuuchi. So as long as you're in Judio, you're still doing all right. I'm guessing again with Tamawashi and probably with Ryuden, if they're ever in danger of dropping into the third division,
we'll talk about it. Yeah.
I don't think we'll see Tamawashi going back to the third division. I think he'll retire before that happens.
Yeah.
But interesting stories told here.
Lots of interesting stories, a lot of extrapolations, and a lot of absolutely zero clue given to me as to who I'm going to pick for my team.
Yes. Well, you've got a week.
Plenty of time, he says, when he remembers to do it the day of.
We'll talk about this next week. Yes. So you have, as Troy has put the link to the form in the chat. You have until next Saturday, July 11th at noon Pacific time to put your choices in.
That's right.
If you put it in, you can go back and change it up until noon on the 11th. So when you submit your rankings, your choices, save the email they send you back because it will give you the link for where to go back and change it.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't, there's some people who have just go and pick again. I only take your most recent one and I throw the others out, but I also get annoyed with you. You don't want me annoyed with you. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. So yes, please check it out. Join us. It's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun, and we're only going up. Fun can only increase.
I like to think so.
Yeah, me too. Awesome. Well, what say you, friends? Shall we?
Let me point out that we will be back next Friday night
to
do our preview show. Once again, talk about the rankings, what went on during training this coming week, and give an idea of who it is we are favoring going in and who we might choose. And then we will also be back a week from tonight on next Sunday, Pacific time, to cover the results of day one.
Yeah. A little shift in schedule allowing us to be a little fresher with the details.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Let me just make sure I didn't have any other news that let's see. Nope, I got it all.
Well,
I left myself notes to talk about, and then I didn't pull them up when I was talking. But it turns out I'd internalized it. I said everything I wanted to.
That is a testament to your love and abiding commitment to providing all the news that's fit.
That's why I am a sommelier.
That's right. You are the sommelier, and I am Tachi Troy, and this is the Sumo Show, and we'll be back next Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that. And hey, not for nothing, but give this podcast a like, give it a thumbs up, share the link with somebody. Maybe you've got a beloved, someone who really means a lot to you, and you want to give them a beautiful gift. Well, the gift of my nonsense blather and Stan's head.
Wow, now hold on.
No, it's two greater powers have never been combined, but it's almost a full hour's worth. So yeah, share it, and then also drop a line.
Gift of sumo.
Give the gift of Stan. But yeah, also drop us a line. Drop, if there's something in the chat or if something we've said that resonates, you want to commiserate over the last Basho, you want to make some prognostications. Maybe we'll even refer to them later in the program. Who knows?
Yeah.
We're inclined to do so, but yeah.
We're always happy. We get so little fan mail. We read it all.
Oh, we do, and we read it over and over and over again. The other thing that we do is we're streaming on Twitch, right?
Streaming on Twitch and YouTube.
That's right. So if you're over on Twitch, do the same. Give us whatever they're giving us. What do they give you on Twitch? Is it a star?
I don't know.
A Twitch buck or a...
They give us... they make me twitch.
A hearty thumb in the eye, whatever it is. We want them all.
Ow!
Exactly. Right on. Well, speaking of thumb in the eye, shall I get these drums out?
You got the drums ready?
I'm getting them. They're very heavy. I don't know if you've ever seen these drums, friends, but they are not little. They're massive. And I play them all. Here we go. Nope, that's not it. Wrong drum set. Oops. Oopsie poops. You'll know. They sound like this.
You have been listening to The Sumo Show, a live podcast about the art and sport of sumo. Your hosts tonight have been Stan Brown and Troy Hewitt. Production by Troy Hewitt. Sumoliering by Stan Brown. And initial charge by Tachi Troy.
Hi.
So until next Friday, July 10th, 7 p.m. Pacific, we say to you, Ja Matane!
Bye-bye.